to work for the stream, but we'll see in just a minute. Welcome back to some more AFK Arena. We're back on the pay to win account. I'm hoping to make a little bit of progression. Essentially, we've been stuck at 34-12 for quite a while now. Just been collecting loot, been leveling up. I believe when we got stuck, we were at like 376 or 377. Now we're at 386. So again, we've made a lot of progression by leveling up essentially. So even here, what we've been doing is going through refreshing the store. We've been buying our essence, we've been buying our po coins, and we've also been buying out the gold chest and the essence out of here. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Bloody Star and Soul? It looks like the chat is up. I know it's a little bit small, but I can adjust it after this. So we're going to do a couple summons. We're very, very limited with diamonds because, again, I've been buying a lot out of the store to gain levels. We just hit 386 this morning, which is awesome. I think we're at the point, though, that we can make a little bit of progression. What's going on, Monsi and Pluto? So let's do, I think we have one or two summons. We have a couple po coins that we'll use. We're saving for the Lightbearer hero. So if you guys haven't seen, so they actually signed the Lightbearer hero is going to be a new one. It is going to be a male voice, from what I'm understanding from the Lilith or the AFK Arena post, that it is going to be a priest. So not sure if the priest is going to be another support class for the Lightbearers overall. Details have yet to come out, but essentially it's either going to be a support class, which Lightbearers don't need any more support, let's be honest. They have Rowan, they have Rose, they have quite a bit. Or it's going to be a caster. It's going to be a damage dealer similar to Belinda, which I hope. So very, very interesting on the hero that's coming. But essentially, that is going to be the next hero. They've already talked about it. I guess it's already in the works. It's already in the code. So it is getting there. Finally got Taylene ascended. Should I go for twins or Lucretia? Twins. Shane, the first thing you want to do is take the twins up to at least Mythic to get their signature item. Signature item is going to increase their survivability, which is very, very good. What is VOW? Voyage of Wonder, Guardian. So the Voyage of Wonder right here, the VOW, just like AE for the Abyssal Expedition, just kind of the acronyms that they use. Right now for the Voyage, I believe you only have 1 day, guys. If you have not done the Field of Ice, this is it. Ends in 6 hours. It will be gone. We do have another one, which I believe is the Blighted Highlands, that is coming up. Very, very cool. My thought exactly, Barkstopper, I would love to see another caster for the Lightbearer, since we just have Belinda, who is really the solo mage out of the faction itself. I would love to see a new Lightbearer and a new caster. That's all we got. We only have Belinda. So hopefully they add, I think it's going to be another caster is what I'm thinking overall. So it would be, again, very, very cool to see another caster in there. So I think we only have 1 stone. So we only have 1. We've been getting Celestials and Hypogens from a lot of these, which maybe with 1 we'll get another one. Let's see. We're looking for Respen as well. We built Kren, so we're looking for Respen, which there's another copy of Torn. We can definitely use that one. Do you know when the next AE? Monsi, they've said it's very, very soon. So that's kind of all that I have heard, is it will be very, very soon. And remember, Lilith said before with the Abyssal Expedition, they're kind of going to do kind of like a mini Abyssal Expedition from my understanding. It is going to be kind of a miniature or a mini Abyssal Expedition. So ultimately, we're going to have to see exactly what that is going to look like. But overall, it's going to be interesting to see. Anytime they make a major change, especially to something which is very, very big, such as the Abyssal Expedition, there's so much time and effort that goes into that. It's going to be interesting to see essentially what they do. So with the summons, we do have 1 scroll summon. Again, still looking for Respen at this point, which we get an elite there, so very, very nice. Yeah, so there we go. So maybe early March. Yeah, the mini AED, I was thinking that as well. It's a team of 3, maybe a team of 5. Get another copy of Theowin, which is good. And then, of course, the desired summons, we have 2 left with 15 days to look for Respen. So maybe we'll get another copy here. Nope, just some more rare cards. We're a little bit short of another copy, but that's okay. All right, so in the temple, a little bit more food, a couple more rare cards, just like always. So we got to figure out who we're going to build. Not yet, cool Kashira. All right, so here is the big thing. So with the light bearers, we have Thane, we have Oscar, we have Rigby. Those are the last heroes that we have to build. Everybody else is ascended. Hendrik, we're just waiting for copies. So let's go through. Out of those three, I am thinking Thane. I do like Rigby. I know Rigby does take a considerable amount of investment overall. So I am thinking building Thane. We have 4 copies, so we can actually take Thane up to Ascended. So I would have to see exactly. We have 4 copies. Oscar, we have a lot. We have Ascended with 4 stars for Oscar. Build Rigby. I have Rigby on my Lightbearer account. Rigby actually does very, very well. He does take a significant investment. When it comes to the hero himself, it does take a significant investment to really get him up. Signature item, furniture, both, he really needs to be invested. But similar to a lot of other heroes is when he scales, he's very, very difficult to kill when he scales with his abilities. Yeah, I'm thinking Thane, especially for the Abyssal Expedition, because we have a little bit of food down here to build Thane. Yeah, Oscar I like. The problem with Oscar is, yeah, we could save for the new Lightbearer. The problem that we find with Oscar is I have him ascended in a couple of accounts. I even have him built. I have a signature item. I have his furniture. Oscar does not perform well at all. So unfortunately, every time that I've played Oscar, or I've used Oscar in a lot of different team comps, using him in the tower, using him in the Lightbearer tower, using him in the campaign, using him at a bunch of different places, very, very tough. It was very tough to use him. And again, I haven't built on the Lightbearer account and my main account. I see a lot more utility out of a bunch of different heroes. Yeah, Oscar's good for dimensional bonding, which is... Yeah, and I have the same. I can't get Oscar to work. That's what I've kind of tried. So you know what? We could save this because we know the new hero is coming. I think we might not have any food down here. So you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. That was a really, really good point. With the Lightbearer hero we know is coming. Let's go ahead and just save it, just for the simple reason that we can build these heroes whenever we need to. So we'll save the food right now. Yeah, even then, I would build, overall, I would probably build Thane before I would build Oscar for the AE, essentially. I'm not sure how the chat, it looks like the chat is doing well. It looks like the new chat box is up. Seems like it just goes away a little bit faster than I'd like. I think we can make it a little bit bigger here. Just some on-the-fly adjustments. All right. So let's look at the Maulers. Maulers, we know we just built Kren. So Kren is ascended at this point. We got his frame. Just need copies of Warwick, a little bit of food for Verk, which I don't think we have any. We have 0 food for the Maulers. So right now, Maulers are just completely sitting tight. Lucretia or Zolrath heading into late chapter 34. Yeah, Lucretia. The unit, I would absolutely go ahead and build Lucretia. Lucretia is a monster unit to deal with. Why is the chat box so wide? It seems like it fades away very quick. Again, this is the first time using the chat box. A lot of people have been asking for the chat box, especially when they're either on YouTube or if they're on Twitch, because they can't see the chat. So here they can essentially show it. But it looks like a lot of the chat, I'm going to have to fix up the chat box after this. But for the Wilders, again, we're building Respen, so we're just saving all of our food from there. We have a Pippa, which is already at 5 stars. We have 2 heroes here. And then, of course, we do have 1 copy of Respen. So we're going to continue to build him. Here we have this. Kelthar is all the way to 5 stars. We got another copy of Torn, which Torn we need a little bit of food, and he'll be ascended with a star. And then we have Baden. And that is it. That will be it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, the unit. Can I get some luck? I need 3 more copies of Gwen to be ascended. Very nice. Welcome board. Then, of course, here we're just stacking heroes. Athalia we're picking up out of the shop because we have Wukong. We already have Aziz built. We already have Flora built. So just adding stars to these heroes. Stargazing, we are looking for Zolrath at this point. Then, of course, we got some Orthos, not Zolrath. Then we got Zolrath, we have Khazard, and then, of course, all of those are maxed out. And a lot of them I use dimensional keys with, which is good overall. So we got those built. A couple more there. Let's go ahead and hit up the Oak Inn, and then we'll try the campaign. What are priority for Stargazing? I'm building now Twins to Mythic, and then Tailing to Ascended. Essentially, Monsi, once you have the Twins up to Mythic to unlock that signature item, the choice between those two are either going with Tailing, or a lot of people are going with Lucretia. So they've actually... a lot of people have switched from going from Tailing to going with Lucretia because Lucretia is a target essentially that can carry on her own, which we'll see in the campaign. She can actually, through RNG, through her furniture, destroy teams on her own with her signature item. So where before you needed Tailing to carry a whole entire team, such as the God tier comp, you can actually have Tailing... Lucretia do very, very well, essentially all by himself. Let's see, we're going to have to, I'll adjust the chat box a little because to me it looks really, really small. But then again, there's a lot of stuff going on there. All right, so let's see. So Workshop, still looking for a couple other heroes. Respen, we already have 5 pieces for, which is awesome. Flora, we need furniture. Wukong, we need furniture. Oden, we need furniture, as well as Thorin. Pretty much everyone in this list now. We continue to build a lot more 9 of 9s. Lucretia, we want to build furniture, so we'll just go ahead and do our summons. Hopefully we can get a couple more pieces, at least 1 or 2 out of here. Yeah, Lucretia is an absolute huge carry. All right, so 2 legendary pieces there. This is our first mythic piece, which gives us a piece for Oden. That is his very, very first piece that we got there. And as you can see, I've had problems. I don't know if you guys have as well. It seems like the game has been freezing a lot and stopping a lot. And I've noticed it even on my iPad as well as here. It seems like Lilith still hasn't got the stability errors kind of corrected on their side. What is the best mode to grind? Honestly, if you push the campaign, I get to a certain point of the campaign. Once I've hit a certain point, essentially in the campaign, I switch to the towers. Once I get to a point where I can't do the towers anymore, I will switch to the Arena of Heroes. Once I push there or I run out of tickets there, I'll actually switch back to the campaign, hoping to pick up a little bit of progression through the King's Tower and the Arena. And then, of course, making sure you're doing the voyages and the Peaks of Time. Especially once you start getting further in the Peaks of Time with the Wandering Balloon, making sure you're caught up and making progression through pretty much every aspect in there. So just kind of bouncing back and forth. There's not really anything. The only thing that you can really kind of grind is the Tower of Kings. The campaign, you might advance a floor or 2. The King's Tower, again, you can make quite a bit of progression there. Yeah, we're gonna have to mess with the chat box a little bit later because it's kind of funky looking up there. What is the max deficit pushing? Anything pretty much 100, 120 levels plus is pretty good by pushing quite a bit. Do you know when the AE will come back? They're talking March. So let's go ahead. I went through the campaign. I made kind of the teams that I thought we could get through here. We're looking at about 130 to 140 level deficit at this point. We've been building a lot of different teams essentially overall. So let's see, guys. Let's see. We got them all maxed out. I got their gear all maxed out. We went with a couple different teams. This one, Lucretia Cheese. I put Nara in here to try to pick up Sylvana. Very, very tough, especially with an enemy Nara. All of these teams have Nara. This is, of course, the God tier comp. Then we went with the 5 pull on this one. And then, of course, this one we actually went, I borrowed Satrana and Kazard to build a team. So we'll try it. We'll see what happens in here. What is a good Joker team? Joker team works really well with Arthur Gwen. So that's kind of the team that we've seen them doing very, very well. Is Arthur Gwen. And we might have to run through this quite a few times to get kind of RNG to work. I don't like Joker in this team, but we have Joker and he's pretty well built. So very easy there with Arthur and Ainz. Absolute monster team. Look at that. 215 million damage. I am on 160 deficit. Yeah, that's very, very good. Field of Stone is so hard. I somehow managed to get the artifact. If the Field of Stone, yeah, there's a couple in there that are very, very difficult to get through. This one, again, is going to be the Lucreta cheese. So essentially, we knew Lorzen was going to die really early, so that gives her buff. So we just have to keep her up. We have to keep her alive for a little bit. There's a third buff, which I'm hoping, again, alting very, very quick, which is the Lucretia cheese. Boom, she has life leech up. So Nara goes down, just have to, oh, Nara's still up. I don't like fighting Viden either. Viden is very, very difficult as well because essentially he can burn through a lot of time. Remember, Lucretia only gets the 20-second buff. And a hero like Viden will burn it down. But look at that, guys. Holy cow, 259 million damage there, 48 million healing, which is awesome. I'm struggling in the campaign with a 99 level deficit. Rowan, Talene, Ainz, Albedo, Damon. Honestly, with that team, I would swap out probably Damon. If you had a much stronger tank in there, Irene, you would do a lot better. You would definitely do a lot better than Damon. Damon needs time to scale. You're running Damon in that team essentially with Ainz and Albedo, which doesn't really buy him that much time to scale. Even though Talene and Rowan can, I would definitely look at possibly swapping out Damon out of that time. Quick question. I am at 20 Ascended Heroes in Chapter 28. Yeah, I would start Stargazing. If you're at 20 Ascended, that's usually the point you want to begin Stargazing. So this one, again, the Lockout team. Not sure. This one might take a couple times to get down. Talene goes down really, really early there. But that's okay, because remember, Talene comes back stronger, which is really the big thing we want to worry about. But we have to make sure that we take Isolde out of this comp, or it's going to be impossible to kill him, essentially, if he gets to a point. And of course, we have Zolrath. Again, I do not like fighting Zolrath. He is probably the primary hero that I hate fighting all in all. Which hopefully, if we can kill him first, which I think we did. Oh, no, reset. I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, when you're not doing the select summons, yeah, exactly. So again, 99% of the time when Zolrath gets to essentially use his ability the second time, it's going to be a defeat. That's essentially what we see over and over again. That is kind of exactly what I see is the defeat once we see the Zolrath reset, which there the twins went down really early because Talene got banished. Again, it's just going to take some RNG to get it down. Damon is my strongest tank. What tanks would be better? Honestly, in there's quite a few tanks at your level that will do well. Arthur, if you don't have Arthur built, Lucius will do good at Chapter 20. If you have Scrag is really strong as well, pushing through a lot of content. There's a couple heroes in there that are relatively strong. What do you mean the Chromax? Once you get core heroes in the normal form. Yeah, that's exactly board. That's when you kind of want to start Stargazing, is when you start getting all of the heroes, all of the normal heroes. As long as you have enough heroes to make solid progression through the towers. So that's really the big thing, is making sure that you can do progression through the faction towers. If you've gotten to that point, it should be relatively easy to get through there. In this team, the God tier team is just getting rocked. Got the first two down, though. I was really, really hoping that we'd get those first two, and we did. Is it worth to buy the 8-hour dust for 300 gems? I'm on level 355. Depends where you're at, Bloody Star, because remember that the dust itself is based on your progression. Yeah, did it let him hit 1,000,000 diamonds, D? I seen he was at 999,999. I didn't know if they started going to the mailbox if it wouldn't let him hit 1,000,000 diamonds. Yeah, Taylene, there you go. Taylene is the best tank. You could even do pseudo tanks on that formation. If you did same as this, did Taylene and Rowan up front, it would probably work if you dropped out Damon and added someone in there for possibly crowd control. Would make a big difference. I wonder if we can swap with the 5-pole. See, this one's going to be difficult as well. And of course, Zolrath comes right back out after that. Zolrath is OP with turning back time. Yes, absolutely, Tutu. I agree with you 100%. I hate fighting Zolrath. Out of all the heroes, he is the one that I by far hate more than anything. He is such a pain in the butt to deal with. So even here, Skarath and Titus just literally die in a matter of 2 seconds. And this is where the level deficiency really does come in. And I think this is where we were stuck last time, is overall, let's see how this team looks. See, my hero went down there. I'm level 33. I have Iran, Taylene, Wukong, Ruspin, Brutus, Oden. I bought Joker and Queen. What should my deck? If you have Iran, well, if you're only on level 33, Easton, a lot of those heroes are going to carry you quite a bit. Almost regardless of your formation. Wukong and Brutus are going to be really strong. Ruspin is going to be gone. I mean, having Joker and Queen even there is going to be really, really strong as well. That whole combination. Why twins without the plus 30 SI? The big thing with the twins is the plus 30 SI doesn't make that much of a difference. It'll be good to have over time, or actually making it kind of, yeah, they don't do very much damage. So overall, their damage is so neglected, or even almost non-existent at that point. I think we're gonna have to switch these teams back. We almost got it the very, very first time. It'll just take RNG. Got Taylene to Ascended in 909 recently. She's really not doing much for my team personally. Definitely wish. Yeah, twins, again, twins you'll build. You want them up to Mythic at minimum. So most of the time, even kind of before Lucretia was here, we built Taylene all the way up to Ascended, and then the twins all the way up to Ascended, and then kind of the rest of the God tier comp. It's changed a little bit with Lucretia. Lucretia has made a big difference. See here again with banishing of Taylene. And I know this team is locked in. The very first time we did this, it worked out really easy, because even their Taylene died and the twins died in 2 seconds. And they're fully geared, guys. Everyone I have in here have everything. Twins to 25 can be useful. Yeah, exactly. You can build the twins higher. You're going to get more stats. Not a huge necessity to build them much higher, but of course you can. Yeah, the twins first. Exactly. Twins are always the biggest, by far the biggest priority, just because they are a unit that is just absolutely amazing. Wonder if possibly swapping up Rowan. And I'm hoping to get just a little bit of the ground burn in there to mitigate some of the damage. Again, dealing with VDen there. Man, really hate fighting Zolrath. For the Gwen comp, who is the substitute for Arthur? For that one, infantry, there really is no substitute for Arthur. When it comes to a tank, you could try Scrag, especially if you're running kind of Gwen with Rose. But overall, because of what Arthur does, Arthur boosts the normal attacks of the hero, meaning that Arthur is going to make Gwen a lot stronger and make Gwen attack a lot faster. Because remember, Gwen is based on normal attacks. So overall, her normal attack basis is what you're looking for. Essentially, for the Arthur Gwen comp, there's not really much of a substitute when it comes to that dynamic. That dynamic is so strong. We got some stuns there, which is good. Hopefully Mahira can ult. Boom. Again, just going to take a little bit. I know up top it's very hard, especially with Nara. We got to try to keep the ground burned up. But remember, Nara does a big energy disintegration, which is very tough on this team. And again, there's Zolrath just hanging out, waiting to come back and destroy Talene. That is why so many people build Zolrath, guys. Zolrath is such a difficult hero. I thought Joker would be great with Iran in the burst comp, but it just feels bad. He's all right. So triggering his effect very early is essentially what you'll do with like Iran Skarath. He just has to live, and that's it. So once Joker kind of gets the all-out attack going, he can be very strong. Again, it just takes a little bit of time to get him to scale. Gonna have a friend's spot soon when you have a spot. Yeah, definitely bored. I monitor my list. Usually every day I at least look through the list. What furniture I need for Arthur? I got plus 20 SI. Is that enough? Yes, that is enough for Arthur. His 3 of 9 does work relatively well. So if you do build his 3 of 9, it does work relatively well. It has a similar effect of what the Barricade artifact has, which can make a very big difference. Yeah, exactly. Arthur's furniture is helpful, but not really a game changer. The little boost on stats is okay. The 3 of 9, just from a defensive perspective, is pretty good. No, Brutus, saying probably more than I can think off the top of my head. Yeah, 3 of 9 Arthur is very good. Or I wouldn't say very good, but definitely worth it. Worth it building. What is the best to get scrolls, if you know? Scrolls, I like the faction scrolls. The faction scrolls I really like. They're very powerful, and you can select essentially what faction you want to pull a hero from. So if you're looking for specific heroes, it's very easy essentially to pull them. Been trying Joker in the Gwen comp. Yeah, absolutely. Because remember, with Joker, Pharrell with his Horrify ability, it is going to trigger Joker's ability. Gwen with her arrows are going to fire the ability. It's going to make a big difference with both of those. Is the top 30 frame animated? I don't think so, Bowen. I do not think any of the frames are animated. And if they were, they're very small, where you can kind of see the little avatar, Kren up in the top. I don't think any of the frames are animated themselves. And I think the chat is really bothering me, like why it is so. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to go ahead and adjust the chat box. Again, I think this is just gonna be RNG. We could try the Khazard team in here because that's our last team that we have in here. But overall, we've almost gotten it down twice. It's animated. The petals drop down. Oh, so there you go. So it is. It has small flames on the bottom. So very cool. So now we got animations on top of animations with the avatar frame and the avatar itself. I wonder if that's what's breaking the game. For over 1 million. Yeah, exactly. What's going on, VVS? Thanks for joining the stream. Just trying to finish out the stage. You know what? Let's try this Khazard's. I don't know how well it's going to work in here, but you know what? We can give it a dozen runs and see. Zolrath is just a monster. Khazard gets banished. But Saurus is really, really tough. He's actually a pretty difficult unit to deal with, especially if you can get him to scale. But same problem we had with Taylene is that banish that we're getting. And Gorvo is another hero where, watch, boom, he jumps, he does the stun. And this was kind of the RNG part that we had problems with Gorvo before, is essentially when Gorvo jumps out of the way, he kills the back line. It is what we've seen a lot of the times, is he will just absolutely destroy the back line. I feel like Joker and Queen are beasts together. Yeah, they do work well together. Remember, with Joker and Queen, Joker's ability to not be crowd controlled is increased dramatically when it comes to that combination. So we got Khazard to alt. Again, it's going to be Zolrath. And he just keeps leaving the battle. Tassie was doing it, though. Tassie was very, very cool. If Arthur's done, what would you go for the lab sword, dimensional emblems, or Wukong? Honestly, out of there, Darren, I would build Wukong. The dimensional emblems, usually within the course of the month, you can buy the emblems and Wukong. Wukong seems very, very strong since I've been building him. So I have been building him up quite a bit, which we could actually try him in here. I got him to, I think, a plus 17 signature item at this point. I think I might swap him for Pippa. Honestly. And Saurus is just a monster. Let's swap this out. You know what? Let's try Wukong. We could go with Flora too. But I'm hoping he'll have a little bit more survivability. Or not. I have a question. My current comp in 14 is Taylene, Rowan, Lucius, Shmira, Damon. My Shmira is the highest damage, but gets clapped immediately. Honestly, I would probably swap out Damon at that point. Again, because you're running... Taylene's good enough to be a tank. Rowan's there for support, so Taylene, Rowan, you're good. Shmira, just worry about damage. Shmira can just be the big damage dealer there. Lucius for a shield. Damon will usually die very, very early. You have to get her protected, essentially. You know what? Let's try Gorvo in the back. Can't get anyone to live past a second. Let's see, because we did, we got a portal party. I went ahead and equipped the gear on these heroes all that I could. And we built quite a few formations, but I'm not sure what's going to work in here. Might have to go back to essentially the God tier comp. Shouldn't Pippa be in the center? I like Pippa in the center, but I also do like the combination, because we can put Pippa in the center, same, but running with Khazard. He's going to die as soon as Zolrath comes over. But we got to sleep there, which is good. Going to let Saurus run around for a little. Maybe Pippa in the center was what we were missing. But of course, Zolrath takes us down again. Because Zolrath one-shots Khazard. Literally from about 70% damage to absolutely nothing. Once we get Saurus's heals up, which is good, at least we got that effect up. But again, here comes Zolrath. Right with the time warp. And again, right back to it. So we know it's going to work. We got it with this team. We got it with the other team. We got it with the God tier comp. So we're going to hopefully get this to work. And even their Zolrath was banished. That'd be awesome if we got a banish off really, really early. Which the Twitch user? Furry Hippo Gaming. It's Furry underlined Hippo underlined Gaming. I had to put spaces in it on Twitch. You need 8 copies today. You're probably 6 weeks. Yeah, there is more than enough time if you're looking for the frame. Yeah, especially Taz did is if you get lucky with some copies. That's really the other big thing is getting lucky with a couple copies there would be very, very nice. Oh, that's his question. What's the best formation to beat Zolrath? A lot of times anything that can keep Zolrath or kill Zolrath, essentially, the burst teams work pretty good against him. Because again, you're looking to kill Zolrath essentially before anything else. That's really, really what you're looking for, is the quicker essentially you can get Zolrath to go into his portal to come back, and essentially you can kill him before he does his effect, essentially. Getting to send Ascended is not. No. Ascended come in time. That's just it. Even here, we need Titus, we need Skarath. We need them to do something. You know what? Let's even try Titus up front. Because we're not even having a chance for Iran to ult. There's a freeze, and again, you got to get twice lucky on this team. What's going on, Stephanie? Ein's worth the 9 furniture. Yes, Ein's is definitely worth the 9 furniture. Definitely, I would go ahead and build Ein's up. The 9 furniture is very, very strong. Yeah, the 30. So having the 30 signature item, and then look at Tassie. Tassie just destroys the team right there. Titus is up, got to sleep. Again, here comes the big. All right, there's one-time warp. Again, it's just going to come down to RNG. Ein's the Zolrath to bits. Yeah. Thank you, Grimjow. Got a brand new follower. Come on, guys. We need to get the RNG going. Boom, there's the ult. Which Tassie went down. Here comes Zolrath back. I don't think Leica is going to be able to kill Zolrath. Maybe. Because remember, when he goes into the portal, he heals. So he comes back with more hit points, essentially, when he comes back a second time. Thought we almost got the ult off there. I don't know, guys. I'm thinking maybe, yeah, hence YouTube. Iran 9 of 9 versus Taylene 9 of 9. Honestly, the Iran 3 of 9 is really good. Taylene, I would prioritize 9 of 9. Just because, wait, we got that one done? Oh, she finished it. I didn't even see the victory. I was sitting here worried about chat. So we finished that one, guys. Wow, I want to watch the replay. All right, so this one, let's go for the God tier comp. Not sure about that replay. That was kind of weird. That we finished that on the I thought it was a defeat. Yeah, that I want to see that on the replay. That was kind of weird. Which again, the twins are just absolutely getting destroyed here. Yeah, didn't even see it. I didn't even see it either. So here, even the twins coming over here, you know, this again is going to be a tough team. You know what? Let's try swapping. Let's try this one. Because I'm hoping Khazard can do some crowd control. And then Pippa as well. If we can get some crowd control going on here, if we can get a banish, I think we can do it with this team. So why Leica, a plus 30 signature item? Big thing with Leica and the plus 30 signature item is she has an ability that breaks armor. So she actually does a debuff, essentially with her normal attack with the, is it the plus 30 signature item for her? Or no, the accuracy. So she does more damage. I was thinking of the furniture. Is with the plus 20, the higher her accuracy is over the enemy team, the stronger she gets. So essentially, the higher the accuracy. As you progress further in the campaign, it makes a big difference. Yeah, I thought so, Ryan. I think it got tired of us redoing the stage, so it just felt sorry and let us win. The new Voyage Yazin is already up. It should be maybe tonight, but probably tomorrow is what I'm thinking with the new Voyage. So it should be relatively quick that the new Voyage is going to be up. You know what? We just have these two left, guys. Again, we're just going to have to see the RNG work, in which we can't have most of the team die. Got stuns there. Taylene. We just have the final two. What's going on, Kenneth? The struggle of having it at 4 speed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play it on playback to see, because I seen the ult went off and I seen it hit the ground, but I didn't know that it killed both of them. That was kind of the thing that I think I missed there. I didn't see it kill out both of them. And Wukong, fighting Wukong is super, super difficult. Trying to get him back to one form to be able to take down these teams. But we have some mitigation here. We have a couple seconds left. Just got to burn out Viden. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I think we got it. Oh, we got the victory, guys. There it is. What's going on, Josh? Oh, we got the victory on that one. Let's see the final team. This one should be relatively easy. I'm hoping Source went down really quick there. Boom, there's the sleep. Khazard with the ult. Maybe. Tassie versus Tassie, guys, for the win. And we lost. Oh, it came down to Tassie versus Tassie. All right, so Pippa just did a sleep, which is good. Another sleep right there with Tassie. Boom. Oh, we got it in the last second. Wow. There it is, guys. So let's look at that third battle here, which was right here, which that's kind of bugged out too. So let's play this one. And I want to slow it down. So Sophia's up. Sophia's dead? Huh. Yeah. Yeah, what is that? Let's play that one more time. You know what? Let's slow it down even further. So Sophia's up. Died there. That isn't the team that won. What? That isn't what I remember. Titus killed everybody. Yeah, that wasn't. Good. We won. Boom, guys. There is the stage. Oh, we were waiting for that one to be done. Collect up our loot there, which gives us just enough to hopefully pull a copy of Respen. That was a lot to get through there, guys. That was a lot. And just to pick up a couple more diamonds and a couple more rares. That's okay though, because that was good. There's a couple more rares, a couple more elites, a couple more elite pluses. That was tough. Zolrath died before Tassie. Yeah, that was epic. That was awesome. So let's go ahead, which I think this is the God tier comp we were running. Or no, the Ainz comp. That is the power of Ainz, guys. Boom, right there. 244 million damage. Just like that. The absolute power. Massive, massive power of Ainz. So Taylene, again, dies really, really fast, but comes right back up, which is awesome. Boom, there's the ult. Ezio will go ahead and finish off the rest of the team, which is awesome. Very, very cool. PvP oriented, I was wondering, should I Stargaze for Mortis first for Ainz comp, TR, and Albex, or is Alna? What's going on, AirTap? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, I completely missed what happened. I was sitting here reading chat and not paying attention, but we won. Yeah, Mortis is very, very strong. I absolutely love Mortis. Once I built him, he is very strong. Alna is too. Alna is a monster in PvP, which is why a lot of people build her first because she is very, very strong. But Mortis has a lot of utility outside of PvP. I've noticed that Iran dies really fast. Yes, he does die really fast. Remember, Iran is just reliant on dodge. So if he does not dodge, that's why we run him with the Shroud, is because essentially if we can get him to live and live very, very, very quickly, essentially he's burst and he's done. So boom, there's our ult. Nice. Definitely made some progression. Will you play in the Graveborn account today? I have a Graveborn account. Yeah, I can check it out. I can definitely hit up the Graveborn account and see. I haven't done much with the faction accounts. I just got Joker and Queen on every account, guys. So I know a lot of you were wondering. I got it on all 4 faction accounts. I got it on the free-to-play account. I got it on my Insomnia account. The pay-to-win account already had it. On all of the accounts, we have Queen and Joker, which is very, very cool to see. Now I'm just going to have to go back and figure out who I'm going to fuse them with. But they are done. Which, what are we facing here? So there, you know what? Let's grab Sylvana. Hoping that Nara can just burn her up for a little bit. And of course, everybody hates fighting Rose. Rosaline is very, very difficult in the campaign. She is just a monster when it comes to the campaign. Look at that. Killed her out first. Have you gone past plus 30 SI? On this account, no, we have not. Plus 30 SI is ideally the place to stop. The big thing between it is if you're going from a plus 30 to a plus 40, is approximately, I think it's 1,050 red chests, which is equivalent to taking 3 other heroes all the way to being maxed out, all the way having the plus 30 signature items. Here, the level deficiency, I think we're almost at, what, 140, almost 150. It's getting way too far. We're progressing. Essentially, these teams are probably going to get destroyed in here. I wonder if even the God tier comp has a chance. This is kind of an unusual team, but Sylvana is difficult to deal with. And I don't like it because it's heroes we can't have. Essentially, taking heroes past the SI 30, there's not really much of a benefit, but there's a super, super high cost when it comes to it. That is why a lot of people don't progress them any further. What's going on, Great Day? Thanks for joining us. The only time that I actually took heroes past the plus 30 was Taylene. So back when Taylene was actually released, to get Rose to follow Taylene, I had to get her signature item up just a little bit higher to get essentially the follow. What was the only draw? Or no, I think I think this comp is going to be the one to work. See, even there, I mean, she's just taking too much damage. What's going on from Croatia 1-2? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, Mortis is good. So I built Mortis on this account as well. We took him all the way up to Mythic Plus, just need a couple more copies. He gets to a point where essentially he does one of two things, which is either Mortis is going to enter the battle, he is going to use his greed buff on everyone, and then he's going to die. That is mainly what Mortis is going to do. The second thing that Mortis does is if he is in a formation with Grez, so if he is specifically ran with Grez, he will actually continue to buff Grez's minions, which makes it very, very strong. When it comes to the buff overall, very, very strong when he buffs the minions that Grez puts up, because Grez steals power, puts the power into the minions. Mortis buffs the minions. If you're not running him with Grez, Mortis will usually just buff and then die. It is really what you see. Movie question, Resident Evil or Underworld? Definitely Resident Evil. Malia Jovovich, absolutely love. Resident Evil is, I've seen them all, I own them all. Same with Underworld though. I have them all too. How do you get this good? It just takes time. The game honestly just takes time. But guys, we're going to stop at 3416. It's going to be a long progression through there, but we've made, again, a lot of progression. We get a piece here, which it looks like it is going to be factionless gear out of there again, even though we have the star completely unlocked. So factionless gear joins us again, and then of course some emblems, which is good. So we've been building Wukong, and I'll show you with the stall team. So I've been focusing on him for quite a bit. He's at a plus 18 signature item. He's in our list to get furniture. I want to build him up. The higher his signature item, and it does have to be high because it gives him shields. So these layer of protection with Wukong is very, very strong as we continue to build him up. It is essentially what I want to do. Just powered level my account. I went from 340 to 368. Oh, Shane, that's a lot of progression there. What's going on, Gabriel? Are your faction towers looking... Right now, so I've been stuck. So we're at 400, 395, 379, 387. This one I have been stuck at for probably a week and a half. I've actually went through a couple of the Gwen team comps, ran some with Cecilia. I feel like Hendrik needs to be a little bit stronger. I've even ran through all of the team comps that I've seen in here, including the one I'm running now with Belinda. I feel like the Belinda isn't strong enough. And the Rose isn't strong enough in the Lightbearer account. I feel like I definitely need a lot more support. This is the other combination that I ran a lot, trying to get this one done. Overall, main tower, we're at 569. So we've, it's not factionless gear. You get faction in the bag. I didn't see any faction on it. Even when it went up to the bag, I didn't see any faction on it. So looking at the gear, it just joined our mythic factionless gear. SI actually is quite useless. Which are you talking about for Mortis? Yeah, Mortis is a hero that doesn't need signature item, doesn't need furniture, doesn't need anything. Honestly, he just needs to be up. The only issue you'll find with Mortis is his survivability. Again, if you get to higher Twisted Realm bosses, the survivability, he will die out very, very quick if you don't have him built. That's why we built him. Furniture, you don't need. Signature item, you don't need. I just took it up. I'm going to take his up to actually the plus 20 signature item and just leave him there. So that's essentially where he'll stay. And again, big thing with him is right here. Hit points, defense, and attack. Having all three of those together are very, very strong when it comes to his signature item to work with his survivability. Can you show us the rank in the Wall of Legends? Sure. Yep, Wall of Legends. Progression, we are number 3. We've been in number 3, actually, 3340. I know they're quite a bit higher, 377, so actually lower. But built Zolrath, so she has made a lot more progression, if that's who it actually is. Number 3, so still in the top 3. For the towers, we are number 2, 568. So we're one step above the other player who is just a little bit of a lower level, but she has a lot of heroes maxed out. So I'm sure there's been a lot of money put into this because that is quite a bit. VIP 15 on 2-8. So just the same. We're in VIP 15 and they're on 15. And then this player has just absolutely, whoever it is, has been dominating the server since it opened. Even there is, if you can't see their levels, you can actually sneak into usually PvP. And you can see they're on 438. So absolutely crazy. You didn't check the faction in the bag first. You have 100% and it gets added only when in inventory. Oh, okay. Well, that's very, very cool to know. Didn't know he has the 100% lock. Yeah, for the tree, are you talking about the Field of Stars? Yep, we just have 5 left here. So the Obsidian Finch has been done. Finished out all that with the last dimensional key at 45 heroes. We just need our 50 heroes, so we need 5 more, and this will be done to unlock the last star. So that's very, very cool. Are you at 100% faction bonus? I am, and I find that when it gets in inventory. Oh, yeah, that's very, very cool to know. So if a faction was added, definitely nice. What I've thought about doing is just going in here and essentially taking all my factionless gear and just eating it. So just feeding it to my heroes. That way I don't have it in my bag. I'm waiting for Lilith to change it, to actually go ahead and change the factionless gear versus it just sitting in my bag. That's why I don't want to eat it, but I would love to get rid of it all. That way, whenever I get gear, I can see what it is. Essentially, it'd be very, very cool to see. But still working on gear. So across the board, I've used all my tier stones. We always do every single time that we get them. We've just been going through tier stones kind of nonstop through gear. Light bearers, we need to focus on a lot more. Maulers are definitely slacking. Rustben, we're looking at getting. We have a little bit of food there for him, saving the rest of the food for him, and then the light bearer. So very, very cool, guys. 34-16. So definitely made my progression. Did I see your message? To be honest, I wish I'd make specific towers for the types like ranger tanks. Yeah, that would be very cool, Shane. The other thing I would like to see them add, which I think would be pretty cool in here, is if you hit a certain point in the towers, if they added a celestial and hypogean tower or even a dimensional tower or possibly all 3, but being able to blend or use, let's say we made one specific tower for the hypogean and the dimensional hero, or the hypogean and the celestial heroes, would be very cool to see in there. What did it cost you? Yeah, there you go, D. Everything. I'm at the same power level as that guy. Yeah, board, we've been pushing a lot of levels. So right now we're at 429. We've been pushing levels every single day. We have been pushing levels. Can I see the Elder Tree? Yep. Elder Tree, we've actually focused this to 37 because remember, at 37, you get the additional haste. This one, we were at 37. I just took it to 38, a little bit higher because of Saurus that we've been using. Nara, Isolde, Alna we use. Wukong we've been using. And then 54 for the Ranger Tree. Ranger Tree we've been building up kind of consistently through for the last time that I remember. We need more new light bearers. There's one on the way, Mighty Lion. He is going to be a male priest. Don't know if he is going to be a support. We do not know if he is going to be a caster. I'm really, really hoping that the new priest class is going to be a caster, which would be very, very cool to see. Overall, that there's a light bearer coming. They've told us there's a light bearer. Dolly alluded to it. They've already seen kind of the new contracts that have been signed for the work through Lilith that has been done through mining. Can I see your Elder Tree? That's D's new pickup line. So here we're at 9 right now, so not too bad. I kind of go up and down in here. Got a couple of victories there. Then rank 1 still in the arena, so just kind of hanging out right there. So guys, we made it to 34-16. I know this is a very, very long, drawn-out process when it comes to this chapter specifically. Who am I gazing for? I am stargazing for Orthos. Orthos is a very, very powerful hero that we've been building up little by little. Same with Wukong. Once we get him built, he is a tank in a lot of formations. Very, very strong tank. We have a lot of the heroes already in here, so we'll build Orthos. Athalia we're picking up out of the shop, as well as Wukong. Wukong in the store, I'm just going to max out. So I am actually just going to max Wukong out of the shop. When we look in here, the Labyrinth store, I have enough coin to buy all 4 of them every month. We still have 17 days left. I'll have a ton of coins within 17 days. So I'll buy Wukong all the way to him being maxed out. When he is maxed out 5 stars, this actually turns into a different, I think it might be Elder Tree, I think it might be Essence. But essentially when I max that out, I'm either going to buy what pops up here, or I'm just going to start picking up Hero Essence in here. Not really a really big ideal to buy it out of here. But remember, because of my VIP level, I do get a 100% bonus in coins, which is awesome. So Labyrinth Gold, Labyrinth tokens increase by 100%, meaning that I get double the amount if you don't have that buff. That comes from the VIP levels. What are your recommendations for 9 of 9? There's a lot of heroes, 9 of 9, that really, really perform well. Damon performs well. Isolde performs really well. Taylene performs really, really well. Alna definitely needs 9 of 9. Even going through here, Aziz I like with the 9 of 9. Arthur, you don't need his 9 of 9. Most of these are 3 of 9, except Ainz. Ainz is definitely 9 of 9. So after 15 seconds of battle, the enemies lose 50% of their health. That is just, there's no other hero that's going to do that kind of damage, and then the damage that he does alone. Why is your YouTube name Furry Hippo Gaming? So way back in the day, so Furry Hippo Gaming is something I know a lot of you know, that Furry Hippo Gaming is actually something my wife and I started way back, probably 17 years ago. I think it was 2004. We started Furry Hippo way back in Rock Band. We've carried through. It's always been Furry Hippo through everything. I have multiple companies that are actually Furry Hippo. So we built it from there. Insomnia has always been my game name. So the gamer tag has always been Insomnia through Ultima Online, through Dark Age of Camelot, through World of Warcraft, through pretty much everything. It's always kind of been the same name. That's always been the gamer tag. Hera is critical for the God tier comp. Tassie is good enough. So essentially in the God tier comp, if you're not building Mahira, which now with Lucretia, a lot of people are not building Mahira. Tassie plays the same role, a little bit weaker on the side, but Tassie will definitely fill the role of Mahira versus building Mahira. Do you get private redemption codes? Yes, we do, Robert. Every month we get private redemption codes. Information on the Lightbearer, nothing right now. Orthos or over Zafriel? Yes, Orthos I like. Orthos is very, does work in PvP, works in the campaign as well. Very, very strong with slowing down teams. Zafriel, I will build him essentially over time, but he is really, really strong in PvP as well. They're both, I haven't built either of them. What do you get for a VIP 16 Stargazer cards? So VIP 16, you get, there you go. A little bit more, a couple more heroes, more gold, more EXP, 100 Stargazer cards, 10 choice, and that's it. And then it goes to 17, and then it goes to 18, and then it actually continues past 18 once you hit 18. So it's, you just get a ton of Stargazer cards. Most players don't even know that it goes past 15, but it does. So it goes to 16, it goes to 17, 18. Once you hit 18, then it shows 19, 20, 21, and it just continues. It continues down. So at the faction accounts, if you max out heroes, will you stargaze? Yep, we have been stargazing on the faction accounts. All of the faction accounts, I believe, have Taylene built at this point. We're stargazing now for the twins. All of the faction accounts, in addition, have 10 plus ascended heroes for the faction accounts. So very, very cool. Can we see Ainz in multiple formations? So Ainz, the really big thing with Ainz is in the formations that I have him in, the only thing that Ainz has to do in a team comp is scale. You just have to protect Ainz. So a lot of people will actually run him with Rowan just because it'll make him ult much, much faster. Arthur is a super, super solid tank. If you don't have Arthur built, I highly recommend building him. Not only does he increase the normal attack speed of Ainz, he is a very, very solid tank for anyone who is face-to-face with him. You can use a lot of different formations. Again, even if you take all of these heroes out, just looking here, even with support, if you went with Rowan, if you went with Talene, anyone that is going to keep Ainz alive, that is going to keep Ainz up, because the only thing you want him to do is ult. In addition, with Ainz, it makes it very, very good if you have anyone such as Albedo that can increase the power of his attack. So if you have Ainz, a lot of people run him with the plus 30 signature item of Silas, because it gives him a 20% attack bonus on top of what Albedo already brings. So again, making it very, very easy. Can you show me the route to beat the Fields of Ice? Easton, if you go to my channel, so after this, go to my channel, look at the guides, click on the Fields of Ice guide. It is one of the very first ones. I think the guides are usually like 5 to 10 minutes. You can go through the guide. I edit out the battles and everything. It's very, very quick. You can just go through. Did you buy one dimensional for 15 and you use resources? No, I bought them both. I just buy them both, D. Especially for this account, the amount of resources that it takes to get Queen or Joker is astronomical when you put it into the $15 cost or the $50 cost for the hero itself versus all of the resources that you use. Because even looking in here, if you're talking 40 of your guild coins, okay, so you're not going to get a stone out of there. In here with the barracks, you're going to be missing an elite there. 100,000 tokens here. So you're going to be missing some red chests or Wukong and some emblems. And also the challenger store, you're going to be missing heroes as well, just for the $50, which is a regular price of a hero in this game. If you don't have Ezio, what can you put in? Again, with Ainz, anything to support. That combination, if you don't have Ezio, anything to really support Ainz, to keep him alive, to get him to ult, that's really all you want to do. Queen and Joker work pretty well. They work pretty well together. It seems like right now Joker really, really takes a front seat to Queen. Queen does okay, but overall, not the best. She's very defensive. I've used her front line. I've used her back line. I can't get Queen to work, just like a couple other heroes. I've used her in a ton of different formations, even with Talene and Rowan, with a lot of support, with a lot of heals. She does very, very minimal when it comes to crowd control. Honestly, where she groups the enemies together in a tight circle, which is essentially the same thing Zolrath does with his ultimate ability, bringing all the heroes together in a little tight formation. So it's very, very similar to what she does. Similar formation. Are signature items activated on enemies during chapter 34? I believe 34 they are not activated yet. I think 35 they start getting signature items. I believe it's in 35. Yep, there you go. So 35, they start getting active. Yeah, at 35.56 they have plus 30 signature items. What are your thoughts on Respen? Respen is very, very good. I've seen a lot of videos with him doing massive, massive amounts of damage. He's another hero that takes a very, very high investment. Having his signature item, having his furniture built, he can do as much damage, very, very similar to a burst class such as Gwen, such as Belinda, such as Ainz. He does a ton of damage very, very quickly. And he provides haste. So the big thing here is, of course, right here, the Wind Swallows, and then his plus 30 signature item provides haste, which is the most powerful aspect of this game. When it comes to actually being built, right there, after manifesting a total of 6 swallows, all allies have their haste increased by 25 points. Very, very powerful. What is Tassie's SI requirement? Plus 20. That's really as far as you have to have Tassie. The plus 20. Plus 30 does do a little bit more reduction, but there's a lot of other heroes that essentially take place or take priority over Tassie at that point. I have Tassie, Taline Ascended. Should I go for other Celestial Hypogens or get Silas first? If you're looking for other, so essentially after Taline, go with twins. So build the twins up to essentially up to Mythic at the very, very minimum once you have them built. Do you think Rain could substitute Rowan in the Ainz comp? You could, but I don't know how strong your how strong Rain is. She definitely could. I mean, I think you could get it to work with RNG, but yeah, that's kind of either or. So guys, that will do it for our live stream from today. Very, very excited we passed through that stage. So now we're stuck at 34-16. Yep, got Tassie to SI25. Should I say there? Yeah, SI25 on Tassie is good. Again, there's a lot of other heroes, Philip, that kind of take a priority over Tassie, just for the simple fact of what their plus 30 signature item brings versus the 10% reduction that Tassie's signature item brings. If you don't have Silas at all, you should have him. Yeah, exactly. So Elite Plus heroes can go into the Abyssal Expedition. Silas we built because we wanted the attack bonus. Allies that have more than 50% of their health receive an attack rating increase of 20%. Very, very strong at a plus 30 signature item. Very cool to see. Plus, he can heal heroes that he gives the immunity to, which is good. So again, guys, that will conclude it for our live stream today. Very, very cool to see the heroes. Glad we made some progression. We're on level 184 already. So just need heroes. Just need hero levels. That's really the big thing. Even the heroes themselves, we don't have too many left to build. And a lot of the heroes we are going to build, we already have food for, or we already have heroes for. So we will continue building out the rest of those heroes as we get them. New Lightbearer coming out pretty soon, so make sure you're saving. If you're building Kren, if you're building Respen, the new Lightbearer, they'll probably drop the Lightbearer in March because remember, Lilith said, and this is really what Lilith has said, no more than 2 heroes in a single month. So essentially sticking to that, 2 heroes in a month. So this month does not include Joker and Queen, of course. So we got Respen, and I believe the Mauler, if I'm not mistaken, Kren was the very last day or close to the very end of January. So very, very cool. Thanks for the stream. When is the next one? Either Tuesday or Thursday. So I either do Tuesday or Thursday air tap. When it comes to the streams, I know I have to work on, it looks like the chat box up here. And I can change a little of the delay. I know it's a little bit wide on there. Again, I'm gonna have to go back and watch all this and play with the chat box and see if I can get everything set. When's gonna be the next event? Right now, we don't have anything. I would say usually within about a week, they come up with something, even if it's just recycling some of the older events. You'll probably see something come up relatively soon for a new event. This one was pretty big and they put a lot into it. Not only with the War of Wits that was up, they put a lot of stuff into one event kind of all together, which again was very, very cool to see, but it burns through a lot of content. So hopefully we don't hear about a dimensional for at least, I would say 3-4 weeks. Let us build up a couple resources. Let us get Arthur, get some emblems of space. We have Albedo, we have Ainz, we have Joker, we have Queen. We have a lot of heroes that need essentially their plus 30 signature items. Does he need his plus 30 signature item on Ainz? Does not require it. No hero does, but it does help out tremendously with the amount of damage that he puts out to really maximize the damage that he gets. Falling down a 30% bonus on there. Very, very nice. So guys, again, that will do it for the stream for tonight or for today. Thank you guys for joining me. Have a great Sunday. I'm actually off to go shopping. So again, thank you for all the love and support on YouTube. I think we're at 15,600 or 700. I know every single day it keeps increasing. Every day we have people joining the channel, which is very, very cool to see. So again, thank you for all the love and support on YouTube. And as always, thank you guys for watching.